My name is Abbas Jaffary. My topic is lead.
Yay, Abbas Jaffary, lead.
Red Club audience, are you ready?
Yay!
Jill Hopkins, are you ready?
Born ready!
Jaffrey, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, then on 3, 2, 1, go!
We have a leadership problem in this country. We have at least 77 million people willing to hand over nuclear codes to a malignant narcissist who acts like a child sexual predator and quacks like a child sexual predator, and as the latest round of evidence suggests more than a million times, is a child sexual predator. And when I say leadership problem, I mean the real threat that drives it, the people that demand it and support it. 77 plus million people are willing to overlook red flags such as child rape, election interference, and just straight up incompetence of astronomical levels, in lieu of their more important concerns such as the economy, healthcare, keeping American people safe, and other meaningless idioms about which they understand nothing, by choice other than as playful buzzwords to dress up their misogyny, racism, homophobia, and general disdain for anything living or breathing. So for example, pro-life is never about child welfare, gun rights are not about gun rights for all people, immigration is never about law enforcement, and the list goes on and on. Therefore, it is not accurate to dismiss people who make horrible leadership decisions due to an absence of information. Rather, the information has just been perverted to assimilate into their grotesque worldview. Those who rationalize deeply ingrained bigotry demand a centralized leadership to reinforce these beliefs and endlessly demand more, from rhetoric to violence, until they destroy everything and blame the victors every single time they lose. This problem cannot be fixed through saber rattling and virtue signaling by an alternate set of centralized leadership who stand by and implore people to please reconsider their unwavering support for child rapists. You cannot fight cancer with diplomacy. So the defining task of leadership is in fact decision making. Every decision we make has an associated risk. Risk exposes the gravity and consequences and is the checks and balances of leadership. So the solution to our leadership problem then is risk management. And yes, I'm using capitalist terms intentionally to try to bridge this message to the rest of the world who isn't divorced from it yet. A feedback loop eliminates risk, and people who have no risk cannot lead, as there are no consequences for their decisions, no checks and balances, no feedback, and no direction. For example, a person that proclaims they can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue with no consequences has literally declared they have no risk. Therefore, they cannot lead. On the other hand, those with too much risk are inherently blocked from leading even themselves, for even basic decisions can be catastrophic. Case in point, the Epstein files happen when there is zero risk for some and infinite risk for others. So those of us with some risk are the solution to our leadership problem right now. Our task is to make decisions that lower the risk for those in need and increase the risk for the status quo, the 77 million who value bootlicking misogynist blowhards over two of the most qualified candidates to ever run for office simply because they were women. So, for example, you can personally lead by pursuing what you're good at. You can personally lead by doing what you're good at so that when we search for information on it, AI finds you and connects us to you as a reliable primary source. You will then lower the risk to our information diet whenever we query the oracle before it self-corrects mid-course back to its hallucinogenic love notes to white supremacy. You can support everyone resisting ICE. You support every single child walking out right now to protest ICE. And by the way, if you have a child that is doing that and they want some extra help with math and physics, if they're missing any classes, please call me. It would be my absolute honor to get them back on track. A lot of you are doing these things already. You're supporting small businesses, you're taking part in boycotts, you're volunteering. You're doing so much as it is. Billions of us should be pushing the structures, shapes, and complexity of our society outward to bring more leaders into the fold, to unlock the rest of humanity to join this. If we lower the risk for ourselves to do this and create infinite risk against being redirected inward into the narrow garbage ideology of child rapists and their sympathizers. And if billions of people all leading us in individual directions sounds like a paradox, I promise you it's not. The DIY community has words, art, music, inventions, tools, festivals, agriculture, economies, and endless potential to share with you. But if you're still unsure about how to do this, I do have a plan for you, and it's called Lose Yourself in Good Intentions, or Luigi. Luigi is an 8-step program that you can apply in many situations to help offset the risks for others. Step 1, management. Risk requires management. Get plenty of rest, practice self-care, plan accordingly, manage your resources. Step 2, accountability. It's risky out there. Where are you? Who are you with? Make sure your loved ones know where you are and can attest to your whereabouts. Step 3, negotiate. Your time is your most valuable asset. Don't squander it. Wait for the right moment to make your move. Step 4, goals. What's the plan? What's the North Star? You got this. Set reminders and set guardrails to keep yourself focused. Step 5, improvise. Sometimes things don't go according to plan, so be ready to pivot at a moment's notice. Step 6, ownership. Take pride in your successes and your failures. Learn from your mistakes. Step 7, neutral colors. Sometimes it helps just to blend in and get the spotlight off yourself. Let others do some lifting when you need a break. And step 8, exit strategy. Sometimes things don't work out and even our best efforts aren't always helpful. Always have a peaceful way out of a situation. So it's easy for me to grandstand, but I want to assure you that I'm not here selling you a Ponzi scheme about how to be your own boss. I am an indignant social justice warrior who has been telling authoritarians to go fuck themselves for about 5 decades, and I am mathematically trying to figure out how to get bootlicking misogynist blowhards to literally choke on their vomit. I have been harassed, threatened, beaten, expelled, arrested, and fired over it, and I wouldn't trade this for the world, but I recognize confrontation isn't always helpful, so I'll leave you with this. Michelle and Barack Obama live rent-free in the orange parasite's head, and he will literally die mad about it. Thank you.
Woo, is right.